Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today was almost first in the door. Scratch and PPA usually makes it in first. But in fairness, I let our moderators know when the streams are going to be, even though they're pop-ups. And then, it's first come, first serve kind of thing. So Huga Homestead's been a friend of over 3 years, as a matter of fact, probably closer to 3.5 by now. They're working on 800 subscribers, which is great to see. They say homesteading in the mid-US. They let us know that they are bringing us gardening, rabbits, chickens, canning, prepping, simple life, cooking, friendly talk, nothing too serious. And they have been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter over all this time, almost from the beginning of Tuber Chat. We've only been here just over 4 years now. Huga Homestead brings us mostly outdoor content, although I have hung out with them indoors while they've been doing a live stream as well. We'll look at those in a moment. I see they recently put up another couple of videos, so I'm going to take the longest of the two, which is a garden tour video. I'm going to put that into a special playlist I use. I call it my catch-up playlist, so I can keep caught up with creators or get caught up with them. Huga Homestead also brings us a lot of shorts videos, and these have now gotten into 14, 15, and 1,600 views, which is great to see. Live streams, like I said, they've done a few of these. I think they've actually changed these up a few times. But hopefully everybody will connect with Huga Homestead. That's how we pronounce that name, H-Y-G-G-E. It's pronounced Huga, and it means peaceful, comfortable home in Danish. Danish, pardon me. So we learned something before we even get into the content there, and you can read about that on their About page. So hopefully everybody, like I said, will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm going to spin the wheel right away today, and we'll see who's coming up. I got a few names on there, lots to put on. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We will add some more names as the stream goes on, and we will do that based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position on the Wheel of Doom, as he always is. One of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He's back to work after a luxurious week off and a holiday right in the middle. He always sends his regards on days he can't be with us. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising and Feijo to King Ru to Luffy Goku are both on the wheel. The Stock Explorer is a member and a moderator. They happen to be live right before we got on today. I was just with them not too long ago. So thank you for coming in. The Stock Explorer is an incredibly supportive creator. That's Nora. And I'm lucky to have built quite a friendship with them. They care very much about those of us in the Tuber Chat family and the YouTube journey in general. Prez the Investor was live this morning. He's live all the time, feels like almost every day. Yesterday I caught him with Lisa J. Stocks, but today he was doing a solo talking about some crypto and some stocks. There's been quite a bit of movement. Carolina Diamond Productions is a longtime friend as well. I think they've been with us probably about 4 years, making occasional appearances, and they're back with us recently. There we go. Huga Homestead says they live in Dutch Amish country in Indiana. So forgive me for not already knowing that, or forgetting if I've already known that before, but that gives us a look into their Danish background, let's just say. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I got quite a few names on the wheel. Shades of Grey, Bella's Whisper Farmstead, Prez the Investor, Wacky Slots and Scratch Cards. I think they were live yesterday. Carolina Diamond Productions, Leonard Mountain Homestead, the Bud Files, who seem to be everywhere all the time and have now passed their 2,000 subscribers. And Cruz Bolero might be here for the first time, so it's good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm mistaken if you've been here before. Team Gravely, good to have you here. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is also in the house. And we're moving pretty quickly, so thank you, everybody. John P. Adventures, good to have you back. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts here frequently. Pam's Crafty Heart is here frequently and live frequently. And then, like I said, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So we're going to talk about Mike and Rihanna's adventures in a moment. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And two more of our beloved and dedicated moderators have entered the building. Hilda DC and Makeup Mom and Son, who've been with us pretty much from the beginning, are both here. So it's good to see you both in the chat. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures let us know. And thanks for the reminder, by the way, because I've been off the news all day and didn't realize how dire things were in Texas right now. So yes, we're thinking about all our friends, as many of them are without power. So thank you for that. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures stay very involved in the YouTube community. They care very much about their friends and family surrounding their channel, and those of us in the Tuber Chat family, they've been with us about 3.5 years as well. They're fellow Canadians, and they are in Medicine Hat, Alberta. So this is a couple's vlogging channel, recently refreshed actually. They've got a brand new avatar, brand new banner to go along with that. They take us out on adventures more than anything else, but it could be anywhere at all. It could be sightseeing, it could be going for a walk and talk, it could be for an activity or an event, and sometimes they bring us into their homes. Once in a while they talk travel. Mike recently became a travel agent. They do quite a bit of that and have done it in their live streams. They got shorts on their channel that have gotten into 5,800, 6,700 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel are frequent. Every Sunday they're on for Sunday Fun. They've been doing that as long as I can remember. I've missed the last few, but I've got the notifications on for the next couple. So I'm looking forward to, or I see a couple here that are set up for a couple of months from now, and I'm not sure if they were on yesterday. So pardon me for that. And then hopefully I'll catch up with them if they're going to do that again. They've got a second channel and a third, actually. So Rihanna's Life Adventures is where we get to know Rihanna a little bit better. Of course, Mike is featured on the channel. But when we dig through some of the videos, we get another mix complementary to what we already know from these creators. Getting into both the idea of being indoors, where they can give us some information about Rihanna, or taking us out for adventures, events, and other ideas. Shorts on the channel have started. These have already moved into hundreds of views, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel, she's done a bunch of these, including some travel, and a few that were not simulcast between channels as well. And then Storm Chasers. Storm Chasers, Mike and Rihanna, here we go. And this is a third channel from these creators where they're looking for some weather updates and some storm chasing, of course. 31 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. We know they must be thinking about. The first 100 is as challenging as ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody is hitting different milestones and growing just fine. We see channels passing things like the first 100 all the time. And then shorts on the channel have already started as well. There's an enthusiastic Mike right there. It's good to see that these are starting to move. And as they post more and more, they'll likely continue. So hopefully everybody will connect with these generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, like I said, have been with us since almost the beginning of Tuber Chat. It's been about 3.5 years. Actually, Leonard Mountain Homestead, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up next, and I'm going to try to catch up with the chat a little bit. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Everybody's BFF is in the house. Butler Family Farm is here. I saw Canadian Family Life, I believe, sneak in a little while ago. Tamika Davis is an incredible supporter. Honcho Gaming STL, good to have you here. Oh, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures will take the summer off from their Sunday fun, and then we'll see them again in September. They've already got the first couple ready to go. So thank you for the update. And Canadian Family Life from New Brunswick is getting added to the wheel. Rushing Wind Mountain has been a member for I forget how long now. They have been a friend of ours for another 3.5 years, I think, as well. So I'm not sure if they're here, if that's them rolling their membership over, but we'll wait and see, and then I'll put them on the wheel. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I see Andy from AceFlaw1 has made it in as well, and April Showers Network, I put you on the wheel already. Shades of Grey, I put on the wheel a while ago. Hopefully I said hello, and I think we're just about caught up. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So Leonard Mountain Homestead is up on the screen right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us for just about every live stream since finding us just a couple of weeks ago. It might be barely a month by now. They're already over 1,000 subscribers though, so we'd love to push them towards the 1,100 we know they're thinking about. They just put up a brand new video today, so I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months, hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos. I get to know the content, and if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Leonard Mountain Homestead has got some shorts here that bring us a lot of outdoor content, getting into 2,600, 2,700, and even 3,900 views, which is great to see. They've got live streams, including one that's set up for tomorrow, so hopefully I'll catch that. And then they seem to be live approximately once a week, and it looks like it might be almost sporadic, so we'll keep an eye on the channel. They're also monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that before. Zoe and Chico's Stream Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for being mistaken if this might be your first time with us, but hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. Our instructions are always in our video description, so you can get the most out of your time here. And Anthony J all day, good to see you in the house. He's live all the time as well. You should see the fish this guy manages to catch every single time he goes live. Fazio to King, Naruto to Luffy Goku, we're going to talk about them in a moment. The Gambler After Dark's in the house. And let's get ready to talk about this channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Marketplace Boutique is here. Get Jody's channel on the wheel, and Slim Jim Longfoot is a longtime friend as well. It's good to have you here, so thank you for coming in. When we look at Fazio to King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku, we see a lot of animation and a little bit of video gameplay as well. 3,600 subscribers right now, which is great, and we see that they post usually fairly frequently, so it's been a month since they put one of these videos out, but they're working on shorts as well. A couple of these have really moved, 10,000, 11,000, 13,000, which is great to see, and then live streams as well. Sometimes they're bringing animation, sometimes they're bringing some video gameplay. So I'm going to grab one of their video, live stream replay videos here. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to keep caught up with them as much as anyone can, because they're posting frequently, as you can see, and they've been a long-time friend as well. They've been with us at least a couple of years. Travel and Gardening with DJ, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the Adventures of Kenny and Debbie, good to have you here. Controversial Cruising is a very enthusiastic travel and cruising creator, content creator, so it's good to have you in the house as well. Let's spin the wheel. There's Rushing Wind Mountain Ruby's in the house, so I'm going to put them on the wheel. Thanks for renewing that membership, by the way. Leonard Mountain Homestead dropped a super chat, so we already looked at their channel. I'm going to take them off the wheel right now. We'll respin, and then I'll put Rushing Wind Mountain on there. I see Backyard Trucker has come in again. And thank you everybody for the reminders on those thumbs up. Those really do help. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Jennifer Ocean Homestead's been put on the wheel. Rushing Wind Mountain's going on right ahead of them. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead is up on the screen right now. This is Kristen with Mike, and they post frequently as well. We can see they just put a video up a couple of days ago. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to hopefully keep caught up with them as well. Pardon me, nothing wrong with my voice. I find myself clearing my throat a little bit today. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead's working on 1,400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And you'll have to forgive me. I know I've already said this at least twice, but Bella's Whisper Farmstead, this tiny house tour, I haven't even had a free second in the last few days to sit and watch that video. So I'm going to put it in the catch-up list again for the 3rd time. And we know that running videos more than once is not as helpful as we wish that it was. But I actually want to sit and watch that video. I'm always interested in tiny homes for some reason. I really have no idea what it is about it that sparked my interest so long ago. But you know, you got these TV shows out there. You got lots of people. I get Facebook ads for it all the time, if you want to call it that, or it shows up in my feed. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,600, 3,200 views. You can see all of their shorts fall in line with the rest of their farming or farmsteading and homesteading content. Usually they're outdoors. They do a little bit of indoor work as well, usually when they're building, and then live streams as well. So I've been missing these, and I'm hoping I can catch you because it's been a month already. They just did one a few days ago, and these seem to be somewhat sporadic, so not with quite a schedule. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. And I know I say this all the time, but it's really difficult for everybody to go live and then, you know, message every person that you want to be in there. But anybody is free to send me a message whenever you have that moment, and I will always make it in if I can. You know, I just do some outdoor work in the week and family obligations and things like that. Otherwise, I'm on YouTube almost all the time, and then or all the rest of the time. And then I always want to make sure that I make it for anybody's special events like monetization celebrations, birthdays, things like that. I was lucky to catch Fairbrick Studio the other day. They did a monetization celebration, but they did it as a video, like one of their shout out videos, as opposed to a live stream. Still cool that I accidentally caught that. That's just because it comes up in the feed. I was lucky that way. I know that YouTube gives us notifications even though they don't work perfectly all the time. I'm not sure how many people use notifications to go through their videos to see who's on. Myself personally, I'll just hit my home tab, and then sometimes things will come up like Indiana Backyard Gardeners live right now. I get a big mix on my home feed, like everybody probably does, and then I click over to subscriptions, and this is where I see who's live right now. So if I was just browsing and had time to sit on YouTube and hammer out a few live streams, I would go here, and then this is how I typically find whoever I'm going to go and look for, and I usually have a few windows open at a time. So I think what we need to do is spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Backyard Trucker and It's the Bankroll have both been added to the wheel. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Marketplace Boutique is going to be the next channel that we look at. And we're going to see a brand new live stream because Backyard Trucker was with them again. And yes, the Stock Explorer, Doge to the Moon, absolutely. So hopefully everybody got a chance to see the premiere that we dropped on Saturday in lieu of a live stream. We now have a video series, and the first 2 episodes have been published. What they are interviews with creators who, first of all, the conversations go on between an hour and 2 hours. I just keep playing these 3-minute clips here during the Tuber Chat live streams to give you an idea of the kinds of things that we're talking about. But when we look at that video series, we see that all of the creators that are featured have been longtime friends of TuberChat, and every single one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow, if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay? And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the TuberChat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're almost back. We've got a few channels that have come into the chat, so thank you everybody for being here. Tales Told in the Dark happens to be a member, so we're going to put them on the wheel right now. Right as we went on that break, that Blue Moon, who's been a friend of ours for almost 4 years, dropped a super chat, and they've done that kind of thing before. So thank you very much for that extra generous support. We'll look at that channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So right now what we're looking at is Marketplace Boutique, and this is a one-of-a-kind channel in the TuberChat family, somebody who helps us with e-commerce. The creator behind the channel is Jody, and she's posting frequently, which is great, but also live streaming all the time and collaborating with others. So when we look at Marketplace Boutique, we see that they're already closing in on 1,200 subscribers. Sometimes Marketplace Boutique will take us out for an adventure or a walk around, even in a live stream. Primarily what they want to talk to us about is the idea of buying and selling online, particularly on platforms like eBay. She not only shows us how to find the right kind of items to buy and sell, but even takes us shopping and shows us where she finds collections of things that she can break up into individual sales. Let's just say she's been doing this kind of thing since 1998. We can read about that on her About page. She is incredibly supportive. I run into her constantly supporting other creators, and was pleasantly surprised by this creator because when I'm out trying to support other creators myself, bouncing into premieres and live streams, I've seen her in channels I did not know that she would have already been connected to, which is great. So this creator also has shorts, but like most other creators here in the TuberChat family, she's bringing pure variety into her shorts videos regardless of the niche of the channel, but she's finding great success, getting already into 12,000, 14,000, and 19,000 views on these. And then live streams, like I said, are frequent. Sometimes she's with Backyard Trucker, sometimes she's on her own. And this creator streams frequently. As you can see, she's been on every day for a few days now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. Like I said, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and she's here with us just about every day as well. I'm going to look at Backyard Trucker. Just because these two creators collaborate so often together. Backyard Trucker says they're not in a truck right now, it needs another repair, but they've done a few repair videos on their channel. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. It looks like a cooking video, making some dinner there. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list for now. And then we see that this creator brings a lot of variety, so they let us know, just a simple guy putting anything and everything online for people to watch. They've got shorts on their channel as well. These have gotten into 12,000 and beyond on a few of these, particularly the driving dash cam footage does well. There's a Cybertruck. You know, I haven't seen a Cybertruck in real life yet, even though I split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls, and I always drive on the highway. You'd expect by now probably would have seen one, but not yet. As a matter of fact, let's do a poll that has nothing to do with YouTube. IRL is on in real life. Have you seen a Cybertruck in real life? And then Gia Chia Tortilla just dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We don't have a schedule here. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Kokomo Joe 13, good to see you here. The other reason is just because I also work outdoors a few days a week usually, and have some family obligations and things like that as well, so I can't guarantee often. We used to have somewhat of a schedule, but we have really started to mix things up, and I've been dropping the streams as pop-ups as well, so I usually let our moderators know as soon as I know, but the best idea is just to try to keep those notifications. If it's in the week, if it's a weekday, then it's going to be at least this late, if not sometimes really late. I expect to do one on Thursday Possibly it could be Wednesday, could be Thursday, I'm unsure right now. Those will be really late, like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern. Maybe even Friday night this week. I'm trying to mix things up. Maybe we'll do Friday and Sunday instead of Thursday and Saturday. But often I don't know how my work schedule is going to go until we get out there. I think we're expecting rain in the Toronto area. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yes, actually I had a friend, this is a true story, I had a friend that works with us when I do my outdoor work who ordered a Cybertruck. And they just couldn't get it, so he got tired of waiting and just got another Tesla, which has already been in for repair, unfortunately. But yeah, so there's not one right in my immediate social circle that I know of yet. And then Backyard Trucker is up on the screen, and Marketplace Boutique and Backyard Trucker, like I said, collaborate often. Backyard Trucker is now working on 600 subscribers, and they're both here just about every single live stream as well, so I really do appreciate that. Kokomo Joe 13 is dropping a super chat. Thank you for that. They've done that many times before. I'm going to put them on the list. We're going to look at that Blue Moon, Gia Tortilla. Pardon me, Gia Chia Tortilla, and then Kokomo Joe 13. Yes, the Stock Explorer. It's a little bit above my pay grade for now as well. We'll see if Doge works out. If Doge makes it to the moon, we'll get Cybertrucks all around. Let's get ready to look at that Blue Moon. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I wanted to mention something else. Broken Hearts Ministry mentioned the idea of emojis, right? Because we played that clip. That was from the first episode of our interview series. There's 4 that have been recorded so far, and I play clips from each of them. The third one will drop on the first Saturday of next month, and the one with Edna's World will drop on what I think was September the 7th, but the first Saturday of September. So we're doing them we're doing them on the first Saturday of the month. And while we were watching that clip from the 2 Pineapples episode, he mentioned the idea of switching up your emojis, your custom emojis like what we have here in Superchat, most of which I've just ripped off from social networks, but otherwise a few of these, playlists, Let's Grow and things like that. And there are lots of places to find them. So pardon me, that Blue Moon. There's a longtime friend. It's been a while since we've had their channel up, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they've been up to. But I just want to show you, if you search for free emoji collection, you're going to get in Google like a bunch of different search results. And a lot of these are deceiving because you'll see like free pick. Yeah, there's a lot of free stuff on free pick, but there's some stuff you have to pay for. You have to be very careful when you're looking through websites like these where it's possible to pay for things because there's ads all over the place. You can accidentally click who knows what. And then as well, you got to be careful when you're going to give any website money, right? So you just want to do a little bit of research, make sure it's reputable. But when you look through these, you see a bunch of emojis. Most of them you recognize, but there's companies that put custom emojis out there. But one thing you may not think about is the idea of putting free icon collection, because even though we're used to the word emojis now, and a lot of times we use them interchangeably, what we're really talking about are icons that can be used as custom emojis, if that makes sense. And forgive me if I'm wrong, if I'm not describing that right, but you know what I mean while I'm trying to dance around the idea. But if you dig through these, you can find a lot of things. I know Canadian Family Life in the chat talked about Canva, which is a free program or app or website that you can use to make graphics like emojis. You certainly can. There are other things like Pexels, like 2 pineapples mentioned. I happen to be a Photoshop guy. It can be done with those as well. But you can also find friends, first of all, in the Tuber Chat family or probably in your own community that can do graphic design or graphic art. They might be able to help you. And here in the Tuber Chat family, we've got a few people who offer that. She Stole My Thunder from Montreal has offered to do some tutorials. She's got them on her site. She did them as live streams for Canva. Most of you know Corinne's Life, who's one of our beloved and dedicated member and moderators who prints our mugs and other fun things that we've done. She does merchandise and a lot of graphic design, but there's other people who can help as well. On your own channel, if you wanted to, you could just put a question out on your community tab and say like, hey, anybody interested in helping with some emojis? And you might find that people will be willing to do that either for free or as a favor trade. Or you might be able to pay just a tiny amount of money. There's websites like Upwork and Fiverr where you can find people to do that kind of thing as well. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. So Broken Hearts Ministry, there may not be emojis in there that are easy to find or make, but Canva is just a free graphics program. So if you can find any graphic of any kind at all, and then learn how to either cut it into a circle or remove the background and export it as a PNG, you might be able to make a icon or an emoji out of almost anything. The only thing that I can give everybody as a real tip with these things is that if you're familiar with graphics and what we're all doing on our computers all the time, these emojis that we upload to YouTube they're tiny. They're not just small. They're only 32 pixels by 32 pixels. So to give you an idea of how small that is, it's basically like Nintendo graphics from 35 years ago. So they're really, really tiny, and it can be deceiving when you're trying to make something as to whether it's going to look good. That's why a lot of ours are so basic, and a lot of the ones that YouTube's added are good looking, but quite basic as well, because you can't put too much detail into those. So it's just an idea. And like I said, you'll likely be able to find people to help, especially if you put the word out. You know, Gail, for instance, is somebody who does a lot of live streaming. She could simply just ask everybody, hey, I'm looking for some help with emojis. And it's not the worst idea in the world for somebody who knows how to do it, if it's appropriate on your channel, to do a live stream where you're just doing them for people if you feel like it. Or like I said, you'll find people willing to trade favors, maybe help you for free, or you can pay a tiny amount of money on sites like Fiverr and Upwork and things like that. I've used Fiverr for a few things. MOY Bird Farm, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'll show you an example. Like, I should take this one off the Tuber Chat channel because it's really just for fun between me and the Stock Explorer and a few people. But if you look at that Doge to the moon emoji, that is literally something I just stole and resized slightly so that it would work as a emoji. I don't recommend that ever, but you know, it's something that you can do. So yes, absolutely, Broken Hearts Ministry. I don't think you'll find a hard time in your community getting some help with that kind of thing. William Birding the Tires, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I don't want to miss anything in the chat. Cooking and Vibing with Tea just dropped a super chat as well, so thank you for that extra generous support. They've done that many times before, and we're going to put their channel up on the screen right after Gia Chia Tortilla and Kokomo Joe 13 for doing the same thing. That Blue Moon also dropped a super chat earlier, so we've got their channel up here right now. This is a longtime friend. They've been with us for almost 4 years, actually, since the beginning of Tuber Chat in the early days. It's great to see creators after all this time continuing to support others, especially when somebody like That Blue Moon is long beyond 2,100 subscribers. So they do a variety of different types of videos. So yeah, in 2020 they started posting, and they are in the UK. They give us a bit of information about what to expect on their About section there. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here because this is a different kind of video than I would have expected to see from That Blue Moon. I think they used to do some video gameplay if I'm not mistaken. And then they seem to be posting fairly frequently, so they're on at least a couple times a week still to this day, which is great. 245 videos. And then popular shorts videos have now gotten into 400, getting on close to 500 views, which is great. So hopefully they'll post more and more, and then hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd love to push That Blue Moon towards the 2,200 subscribers we know they're thinking about. So thank you again for your super chat, That Blue Moon and Gia Chia Tortilla. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Sweet Melissa's in the house. They're here for just about every stream as well. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I need one quick second here, and then I'm going to be right back. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So when we look at Gia Chia Tortilla, we see a creator that's now past halfway towards the first 100. And when we look at their videos, we see they're doing a bit of different types of gameplay. They dislike this challenge, it looks like, from Sims 4. I don't even think I've seen Sims 4. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They're playing some interesting types of games here, so I don't know if I've seen all this. I played Fall Guys once, but that's because my son and I went to an internet cafe just last year, I think it was, just to see what those things are like. The Xbox that I got has some content for Fall Guys included, but I haven't yet hooked it up and played. I don't even think I've played the game yet on the Xbox. So Gia Chia Tortilla can show us what these games are about. They've started with shorts. Hopefully they continue with the shorts videos. Those will continue to grow, and we'd love to get this creator moving a little bit farther towards that first 100. So hopefully everybody will connect to them. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that before, and so has Kokomo Joe 13. So we're going to get them on the screen right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away as soon as that happens, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So now we're looking at Kokomo Joe 13. This is a creator that's going to inspire us in a spiritual way, both through video shorts and live streams. And it's interesting, this creator was introduced to us by his cousin, and they're often both featured on each other's channels. When we dig through the shorts videos, we get little bite-sized bits of inspiration here, and then when we get into live streams, we see where a lot of Bible study is happening for both Kokomo Joe 13 and his cousin Big Dude. I'm going to grab the latest live stream replay here. I'm going to put this at the end of my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to give him a few watch minutes, and it's great to see that Kokomo Joe 13 has locked in that first 100 now, sitting at 104. We'd love to get them a few extra subscribers, get them moving towards the 200 we know that they're thinking about. When I go back to the shorts videos, it's good to see that they're already up over the 500 mark. As they keep posting more and more, we'll likely see them start to approach 1,000. So hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, Kokomo Joe 13. And thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They have done that countless times before. Cooking and Vibing with Tea has done the same thing, so thank you for your super chat as well. And like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So quite a few people have already seen a Cybertruck in real life, which is really cool. Yeah, I hope I get a chance to at least see one, but I'll check my lottery tickets weekly along with my tiny amount of crypto and see if those things might explode for me. P&J's Homestead Adventure, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We're going to get their channel onto the wheel because they happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Super Rainbow Queen, it's good to see you here. Mona Did What is another longtime friend. Good to have you in the house, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Cooking and Vibing with T, longtime friends of Tuber Chat now. I think they've been with us at least a couple of years, and they've got a bit of information on their About page to give us an idea of what's going on behind the channel. I can see I'm behind myself, so what I'm going to do is grab your latest video, and it looks like they're taking us on a shopping trip. I'll be interested to see the prices over there. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That is a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Thank you, Anthony J. All day. And then when we look at Cooking and Vibing with Tea, we see delicious looking content. It's no wonder that these videos are getting, well into the 100 and 200 views and beyond every time they post. Even the latest one, 300 views. They've built up quite a reputation. Now over 2,700 and almost 2,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. Cooking and Vibing with Tea also has some shorts videos, and we can see more delicious looking content here. So no surprise that these have gotten into 6,000, 9,000, and even over 10,000 views. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We'd like to push them towards that 2,800 subscribers. We know they're thinking about it. And thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Cooking and Vibing with Tea's done that many times before. And now it's time for me to spin the wheel. We'll see what channel's coming up next. Native Wildman just came in. They happen to be a member, so we've got them on the wheel as well. And then, yes, no mustard list here. Huga Homestead. I got to try to think about how I can incorporate one of those. It's come up a few times. Prez the Investor is the next channel we're going to look at in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're just about back and going to look at Prez the Investor. They were live this morning. I think they're live just about every day, giving us some stock and crypto updates. And I got a special story to tell when I get to their channel. So a few more people have come in. Blessed or Crochet, I've got you on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. But it is time for me to add a name to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So Cruz Bolero has been added, and I believe that's going to be a brand new channel for us to look at today. So once an hour I take a name out of our chat list to add to the wheel so that at least we get a couple on even on a busy day. And that means you do not have to super chat, you do not have to be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. They're open to everybody. It just takes a very long time. But Cruz Bolero has obviously been an enthusiastic entrant into our Tuber Chat family. So hopefully they're feeling welcome. And if you haven't already connected with them, I hope you will. Pardon me, I just got to make a note for myself as well. And then Prez the Investor is up on the screen. Now this creator I am grateful for because of a couple of different reasons. But personally, the other day, we were talking about what was happening with crypto. And for those of you following, some of that stuff went in the tank. For most people, I would imagine, maybe not crypto people, but let's say most people who are not yet into crypto, as soon as they hear that, they get scared off and say, like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling and things like that, and rightfully so. However, somebody like myself who understands just the tiniest bit about finance, and that's a very long story, no need to get into that today here, but I understand that with high-risk investments, if we want to call them that, you can have a lot of volatility. So you're up sometimes, you're down sometimes, and this and that. Sometimes we talk about buying the dip. So as soon as I heard that crypto was in the tank the other day, I was very excited because even though I lost a little bit, I don't have a lot of crypto, I got a tiny amount, but even though all that stuff would have been down for the day or for the week, I knew that that's an opportunity to get into a little bit more, dollar cost average yourself down, if that makes sense. When you get to Prez the Investor's channel, you can talk about dollar cost averaging over there, and he typically talks stocks more so than crypto, but both. And he's going to talk about the ins and outs of investing and some of the technical details like dollar cost averaging, compound interest, dividends, and things like this, but he does it in a level-headed and down-to-earth way like most of our financial channels in the Tuber Chat family, like the Stock Explorer, Lisa J Stocks, It's D Bankroll Budgeting, just because, and a few others. Pardon me, String, good to see you in the house. They were live earlier. Destination Fun is another longtime friend from the cruising and travel community. Good to have you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Now, Prez the Investor often has charts and graphs for us to see, more so than a lot of our financial channels, which is great, but he does keep up with the chat when he's doing a live stream, gives us a chance for some question and answers. There he is with Lisa J Stocks right there, so he's willing to collaborate with others and is very forthcoming about his own portfolio, his stock plays, and is offering to help other creators, because he brought to light for me what on earth was going on the other day. I wasn't able to sit there and follow, especially while we're live streaming, and he was able to hopefully help me. I think actually probably have helped me specifically to make a few dollars that day, and possibly even more in the future. So I really do appreciate that. I will return that favor soon enough. This creator will be at 500 subscribers in not too long, and that means we're heading towards the newer restrictions of monetization, which will include 3,000 hours of watch time. Hopefully they're working on those right now. I'm sure they are, but they always have an engaging live stream. It's hard to be in there and not spend a lot of time because there's so much information, kind of action-packed, whether he's with Lisa J Stocks, another guest, or on his own. So hopefully everybody will connect with Prez the Investor, and I'm really happy to have a lot of these financial channels in the Tuber Chat family, because when we think about monetization, it would be wonderful if we can maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come through that monetization once we're monetized, if that makes sense, not to mention our other income, of course. So Butler Family Farm and Herman the Great are both dropping super chats. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Yeah, Butler Family Farm, I didn't mean to crash into you today. I really thought I was going to get started an hour earlier, but unfortunately I had some earlier stuff today that dragged a little bit farther than I expected, so I had to start at 5 p.m. So Butler Family Farm will be on in what I believe is 45 minutes from now. I'm not sure if they'll still be on when we're finished with Tuber Chat, and I am going to run a music stream. We've changed up our music channel now, so I took the 24-hour live streams off, and what I expect that we're going to do, and we'll see after today, is to drop a 1-hour stream, or however long everybody wants, right after Tuber Chat, and then we'll raid out from there if somebody's going after us with a premiere live stream or anything like that. And for those of you who haven't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. It's published on all major music platforms, and we will occasionally live stream over there where everybody can continue to meet more friends and family members for your channel the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Old Lady Luck, good to see you still in the house. And then MT Homestead has been added to the wheel. Butler Family Farms up now. Herman the Great's coming up next. And these creators both drop super chats, so we want to put them on the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. They've both done that many times before. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. I don't know how I missed that. I must have, during the break, accidentally deleted that name. Native Wildman will be up next. They should have been up already for a super chat that they dropped, but thank you, Scratch and PPA's catching another mistake. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody else. This is one of the reasons we thank goodness for Scratch and PPA. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. This is 116 acres of farming and homesteading goodness. They have got a few new videos, I think, actually. Yeah, at least a couple. I'm just going to grab one of their latest. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then when we look at their channel, we see that Jerry and Susan are going to share the camera work here. But they're going to take us all over this 116-acre property to show us all the different things they have to do to look after the bees that are there, the cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and the rest of the family, not to mention other YouTubers who either come by or who they go and visit. They meet up with a lot of other creators. I'll show you more of that in their live streams. They got some shorts here. These have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, 25,000 views. They could be outdoors, they could be indoors. Sometimes Jerry is working in the shop, especially in videos, but also in the shorts there. And then these creators go live every single Monday. So they'll be live shortly. Like I said, they'll be live in about just over half an hour from now, actually, they'll start. I joined them on their channel a couple weeks ago. They do a lot of StreamYard panels. Sometimes it's just Jerry and Susan like this. Sometimes they got a StreamYard panel with lots of familiar faces. There's Gail's Southern Living or Broken Hearts Ministry right there. And sometimes they take us out for large meetups like the Mid-America meetup or the Ozark meetups, where they literally will connect with up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. So you'll make more friends and family members when you join Jerry and Susan on Butler Family Farm, and they're here with us just about every day as well. I know not everybody can be. I know not everybody can, be in the streams for hours every time we're here, but I do appreciate every moment, of course. I just like to recognize those kind of things once in a while. Edna's World is here. That is a creator who is featured in what will be the 4th episode of our interview series. Mark the Shark is in the house. Much love and aloha, which is printed on my beautiful embroidered hat that has its permanent place in my backdrop there, thanks to Mark the Shark, who sent a couple of those over, actually. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yes, I think we're doing okay. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So Butler Family Farm, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times before. And so what, one of the other things I can say just before we move over to Native Wildmen, here's an example, right? So you see the Butler Family Farm. It's usually Jerry who's on when they're in here chatting. But, we got a friendship that now goes on for quite some time. I've lost track of how long it is. It could be a couple of years already, but it's got to be well over a year. And Butler Family Farm, they go live on a perfect schedule, right? So they're live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern, 5:45 Central. And, I know that, right? But today, because we mix up the streams here, I had to go at the same time that they're going. And in the early days of your YouTube journey, you might be able to set up a schedule with some of your friends and say, hey, you go at 2 o'clock, I'll go at 3 o'clock, somebody else will go at 4 o'clock, maybe I go on Monday, you go on Tuesday, they go on Wednesday, and things like that. But after a while, once you start literally supporting hundreds of channels, which everybody here will, you're going to find it almost impossible. So the truth is, you got to go when you got to go. And this is why I have said from the beginning of Superchat, like, we really don't have a schedule, even when we've been able to have it a little bit, because we got to go when we got to go. I also have, other obligations and things like that interfere with otherwise the time or the schedule I'd be able to make, if that makes sense. But everybody will be just fine, especially when you look back. Look at Butler Family Farm. They've got over 1,000, over 1,100 videos on their channel. They've got more than Tuberchat now. We're in episode 730. They've blown right past. You know what I mean? Because we only do live streams, right? But Butler Family Farm's got so much content on their channel. Even though every minute matters, every video matters, every stream matters, at the same time, when you've been at this for a couple of years, how much was one stream going to matter one day because you had to go at the same time as your friend? Everybody can watch the replays. That's one of the things that's the magic of YouTube, is that you don't have to show up on Friday night at 7 o'clock or you miss it, like we do with a movie theater or an event or a festival or fireworks or any number of different things, weddings and other types of events. Everybody can go back and watch replays, so everybody can catch everybody's content as much as they want, or to a point anyway. So that's just an idea, but I promise you it gets harder. And then Blessed to Crochet has another bit of information about simulcasting streams on multiple channels. And then I wonder if you're bringing something up to mention to me, or if you wanted me to talk about it again. I forget if I promised I was going to say something else about that, but I can think about it and talk about what I have learned. The J. Jordan, good to see you in the house. I've got them on the wheel. They happen to be a member. Now, on your own channel, it's best to have a schedule if you can. All the biggest YouTubers that talk about the things we talk about here will say that, but at the same time, you got to do what you can do, right? Life gets in the way at some point for everybody, but as you can see, everybody is just fine as well. So Native Wildman, forgive me for missing your channel there, and thank you again, Butler Family Farm. I'm not sure if they'll still be on by the time I'm finished later today, but we know that they'll be on in half an hour. And then, oh, there you go. Yeah, Prez the Investor has a replay day for everybody they support, which is great to see. By the way, just so everybody knows, I do not expect anybody to sit and watch entire 3-hour replays of Tuberchat, not at all. If you wanted to go through, hear what I have to say about some of the channels you otherwise might not have seen, of course everybody's welcome to, but I don't push replays here, first of all, because we're long monetized, way past, right? It's been years now. But secondly, because there are lots more people who need lots more help in the beginnings of their YouTube journey, right? So I would rather somebody trade off, spending a few minutes because they either want to help me or help us, helping somebody who needs the help a little bit more. Because I do the same thing. When I pick and choose who I'm going to be with, for live streams and premieres and things like that, not always, but often, most often, the choice is made, because I'll have 20 channels live at a time or more. The choice is made based on who really needs the help, and I'm sure anybody would be grateful for that. Oh, Blessed to Crochet, did you send me more information that I had missed? Blessed to Crochet has sent me a few things. Yeah, forgive me. I'm not sure if you sent anything else. I have one from a while ago. I have one from 2 weeks ago. So forgive me if I missed something else that you might have sent. I'm just looking at it right now. Unless there's something else that you've seen. What we're talking about is YouTube talks about the idea of reused content. And if you look that up, you'll find official YouTube articles on Google for what is described as reused content, because we have to be careful that we're within the YouTube community guidelines and terms of service. But we know that StreamYard has a feature, and so does Restream, and a few other systems have a system. A few other service providers have systems where you're able to multicast or simulcast, and what that means is, let's say somebody's doing a StreamYard panel and they got a few guests on that panel. If you want to, but you don't have to, you can allow every other guest on that panel to broadcast out to their own channels. So you're basically seeing the same live stream on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different channels. So they wouldn't be able to have that service available if it was against YouTube's terms of service or community guidelines. So that's not the definition of reused content. Reused content is very different, but we know that lots of channels have been demonetized over the last few months because of reused content. YouTube seems to be doing a sweep and coming down on a few channels. I'll give you an example. For those of you who follow our music channel, I was nervous for a moment that we might get hit with the reused content idea, because anybody who's been over there knows that we're using a lot of the same footage, all of the same music over and over and over again. The thumbnails are reused and everything else, but it still doesn't fall within what YouTube calls reused content, because we own it all, or I own it all, or however you want to put it, right? It's my content or our content, so that's why it doesn't fall under those guidelines or those regulations, if you want to put it that way. These are just ideas, and I don't want anybody to take what I'm saying as gospel. I certainly don't want to make it sound like I think I know everything. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day, and I have been corrected many times over the years here in Superchat. So I want everybody to do their own due diligence, make sure you're not violating community guidelines in terms of service. The best advice I can give to anybody is to always produce your own content. When you start playing around with content that belongs to other people, even when we think about reaction videos and things like that, it is possible to have big problems. We have seen creators, one of which over 115,000 lost their channel because of copyright strikes. So these are just ideas, and forgive the long speech. Izzy Scott, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Let me put you on the wheel right now. We're looking at Native Wildman because they dropped a super chat. Mr. Fulton Mraz always has interesting news for us in the chat. He's been a friend of about 5 years, so thank you for that. Izzy Scott gifted a membership as well, so we're going to look at their channel right after Herman the Great, who dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. And then, yeah, Gia Tortilla, that's an important point. I always forget to do this unless I've got the robot set up to do it automatically. But yeah, whenever a membership is gifted, you have the opportunity to turn on allow gifts if you haven't already got it on. That makes you eligible on every channel that has gifted memberships happen to be able to possibly receive one, but it's completely random. It's run by the algorithm. We've seen somebody who's only been with Superchat for half an hour get one. We've seen people who've been up to 4 years of friendship here have one, if that makes sense. And then, but thank you for mentioning that, because I don't talk about it enough. And then, so Sam's Logs Trains and More. So you reusing your own content, the way I talk about with the music channel, even though it looks like it's exactly the same, just for the technical detail, I can let everybody know that on the music channel, when we've done those live streams, and we'll do one in another hour and a half or so, what happens is the video is a loop and the audio is a loop, but they both run separately. So technically, it's all but impossible for the content on that channel to be exactly the same. When you add in the video game, the new crypto ticker that's across the top, the live chat that comes on the screen, the alerts and other things, that really helps. Whereas if you made one loop of audio and video and kept running that, now you might be asking for trouble because that's reusing content. YouTube lets us know that it's not completely wrong to run the same video twice, but you got to add a lot of extra commentary footage and everything else to make it very different the second time around. And I don't want anybody to do it because I said that. I want you to really read. If you're going to even think about that, I don't even want to recommend it. Another idea is when you're making a video, if you think you might repurpose it, film it twice. You know, while you're filming, if I was filming this mug right now, and I was like, oh, the detail in this mug is just fantastic. The printing format that Corinne's life used when she made this was really remarkable. I would go back and say the same thing again and film it twice instead of using the same clip. Because if you're already there filming, how much more time does it take to say the same sentence 2 times, even if you're filming, 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 different lines, right? It's really not that much extra work. So it's just an idea. And forgive me, I didn't mean to get into a bit long story time, but I will tell you one detrimental thing I did within my first couple of years of YouTube after having a channel. So I went and chased some politically charged content. Some of you are familiar with the Freedom Convoy. So I went there to point the camera and show everybody exactly what was going on. What happened was many people, because that was a worldwide political event, many people took a lot of the live streams, both from myself and many other creators, and put them out on their own channels. They cut videos and put them out and everything else. The mistake that I made was I had at least one person that I gave a copyright strike immediately. What I should have done was given them the 7 days or 30 days or whatever it is to take it down first. But that today was a horrible experience because I believe that person still comes back today, 3 years later, to give a thumbs down on everything I ever put out. I could be wrong, but I think that. And, I would love for everybody to be patient. It is easy to get extremely offended when somebody takes something that you've done, especially if it's costed money and time and effort and things like that. But I hope everybody will be patient, certainly more patient than me. Today, if somebody was to do that, I would at least give the warning, but please, I don't want anybody to ever take anybody else's content, even with permission. It's just asking for trouble. Not saying I'm right, just an idea. And then, GA Girl, Every Woman Wellness, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive the long speech. I just wanted to talk about this stuff while it's on my mind because we don't talk about it often enough. And let's talk about Native Wildman right now. They are on the screen because they dropped a super chat earlier. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Just for the sake of saying it, when I gave a copyright strike to somebody for taking my content, that I always put my name on my live streams on my personal channel, or did for that series of live streams. The person took my video and put a stripe over my name with their name, so that at least gives me the tiniest bit of justification, at least in my own mind anyway. But hopefully we grow from our mistakes and our experience. Native Wildman's up on the screen right now. This creator is closing in on 1,000 subscribers. They literally only need 11. Now, whenever we try to do the push here, it doesn't work because we're so focused on quality of connections that it won't help if I say, okay, everybody run over to Native Wildman, let's get them to 1,000 right now. We would much rather you get to that 1,000 and be happy and keep it solid than worry about getting there fast, because it's obvious you're going to have it any moment. So what I see though is a tea time video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That would give me a chance to catch up with them. They just put that up a few days ago. They give us some information about them and their channel on their About page. They've got a lot of outdoor content here. When we get into their shorts videos, we see that they've gotten into 5,800, even 10,000 views on one of these, and I think that's a new one, as a matter of fact. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done quite a few of these. They seem to be fairly sporadic, but almost at an average of once a week. So hopefully I'll catch you for another one of those soon. And then, like I said, we'd love to push this creator towards that 1,000. They're getting really, really, really close. Thank you for your patience as I missed your channel there for a quick second. Thanks for Scratching PPA for catching that again. Native Wildman dropped a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Butler Family Farm did that earlier. And now we're going to look at Herman the Great for the same thing. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. As soon as that happens, we'll look at Izzy Ska next, who gifted a membership, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And thank you, Izzy Ska. I'll still put your channel up. I'll just start moving a little bit quicker now. And then, yes, GA Girl Every Woman Wellness lost their monetization, but they're bouncing back right now. They've actually been going live quite a bit, so I'm sure you'll pick it up pretty quick. And then Herman the Great is up on the screen. This is a longtime friend. This is somebody who reset and restarted their channel. So I'm hoping everybody will support them and push them towards the first 100. They're at 34 subscribers already, but they've been a friend of at least a couple of years. Always an enthusiastic creator. They've got a video up from a couple weeks ago, and then they've got a few shorts that they've started with. So as they post more and more, all of this will likely continue to grow, and hopefully faster the second or third time around. So hopefully everybody will connect with Herman the Great. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Like I said, we've known them a long time. They're an enthusiastic creator who's happy to support other creators as well. Dark Swordsman Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I really do appreciate that super chat, by the way. Dark Swordsman Gaming's done that countless times before. We're going to put their channel up right after Izzy Ska. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Izzy Ska is extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They just gifted another membership. They have done that countless times before. I certainly do appreciate that extra generosity. I know every recipient that's received those will be happy to have had them. Izzy Ska has been known for a long time, even though they've reset and restarted their content just a few weeks ago. They've always been known for these outstanding banners, thumbnails, and now another avatar that they've updated. Typically they're bringing us some animation and music in some of the latest videos, but they give us information on their About section, letting us know that they expect to bring tutorials on digital painting, time-lapse videos, artwork creation, and reviews of the digital art and tools that are available to us. So shorts on this channel as well have started now, and those will likely continue to move as they post more and more. They've got live streams on the channel. They're live frequently, almost every day, if not every other day, and the conversation can go just about anywhere once they get started over there. Izzy Ska's been incredibly supportive here and is incredibly supportive out. I run into them supporting other creators all the time as well. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by is sending in a super chat specifically for some more kitty treats. They've done that many times before. It's been a long time since I moved into the office here to do these live streams that we haven't had cameo appearances from Spiky Bruiser and Trouble Von Cuddlepuss. But if you look at least Kristen's channel, she's got videos of both of them. I've got one short with Trouble Von Cuddlepuss there, but you'll be able to see the cats. Oh, Sam Slogs Trains and More. Did I skip putting you on the wheel altogether? I think I did. I'm so sorry, Sam. Sam told me earlier, before the stream was even going to start, that he was going to be here too, so forgive me for that. Sam Slogs Trains and More is in the UK, so he's a few hours ahead of us. It's got to be 10:30, if I'm right by now. And I've got you on the wheel now, but thank you for asking. For any of our members, hopefully you can read the text. I know it can be tough if you're on a phone, but don't be afraid to give us a nudge if you're unsure, because I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it, and I have made that mistake many times before. So Izzy Scott, thank you again for another gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And next we're going to look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, who dropped a super chat. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So next up we look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, and this is another longtime friend. And they bring us a lot of video gameplay. We've been introduced to games from this channel, as a matter of fact. It's been a while since they posted a video. They have yet to start with shorts, but they do a lot of live streaming. So when you dig through these, you're going to find a lot of popular games like Uncharted. Elden Ring, I think, is something I may not have heard too much about before at all. Tomb Raider, of course, Diablo, Kingdom Hearts, Stardew Valley's on here. And this creator really mixes that up, but they have engaging live streams usually that go on for at least a couple of hours. So hopefully everybody will connect with Dark Swordsman Gaming. They've been a friend of at least a couple of years, and they are working on 200 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Sam's Logs Trains and More. Yeah, thank you so much. Kristen Welton is who I'm talking about. Kristen was in the premiere on Saturday, briefly. She just is really overwhelmed with work. Her full-time job is running a non-profit organization, and I promise you the work in that kind of the non-profit sector is never 40 hours a week. There's no such thing. But she had a busy, really year, but many months. But hopefully we'll see more of her soon. But she's always thinking about everybody, and I promise you the YouTube conversation continues when I'm home in Niagara Falls with her. Intro to Mills, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and thank you, Sam, for asking. And then Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By is coming up. Thanks, Dark Swordsman Gaming and Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By for those super chats. I see Silent Silvers in the house. I'm just going to get them onto the wheel right now and see what they've got going on soon enough. When we look at Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, we see a longtime friend. This was known as Kitty Mom Adventures. The creator behind the channel is Penny, and this is somebody who's been a friend of ours since the beginning of Tuber Chat. They've been here over 4 years now. They've reset and restarted their channel and their content a couple of times. They got 2 different channels now. And then they are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Now, for Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, it might actually work. I'm going to show everybody a website here called Social Blade, if you haven't already seen this. And let me get the link for everybody if you want to check it out. It's a free website, and when I type in the name, Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, will come up. I click on their channel, and you get a few fun statistics. This website can be fun to look at because you can look at future projections when it wants to work, and which it doesn't want to work right now, but that's okay. And then often it will give you ideas about when you might hit exciting milestones like 10,000 subscribers and 100,000 subscribers and things like that. So the one thing that a lot of people use this for is the live subscriber count. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to put it under my wheel, and we'll see if we can get 10 the Sheep Where You Are to that 1,000, because they only need 4 more. Hopefully we'll get them a couple extra. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm. They're going to be going live in 15 minutes. We'll still be on, but they'll be live for quite a while. They're usually on for at least an hour. Yarn again, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I caught them for a live stream earlier today. And then thank you for letting us run Butler Family Farm. Every bit of engagement, of course, helps always. Let me get, pardon me, Yarn again onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. Brings us a bit of variety in their content. One of the things this creator really wants to do is inspire us in a spiritual way. We'll get that idea, especially from the shorts videos on the channel that are now into 2,700 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. The conversation can go anywhere once they get started here. And then this is 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, but they've got another channel called Calico Panthers Catch a Deal, and they're going to bring us haul type videos over here. And I'm going to have a look at these right now. They got 67 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. They're going to show us some interesting things at interesting prices when we get to this channel. I said haul videos, but I shouldn't have said that. I meant they're going to show us interesting items at interesting prices. Then when we get into shorts on the channel, we're going to get into 28, 43 views. As they post more and more, these will continue to grow. They'll get to their first 100, and they'll probably be on the road to getting thousands of views like most creators soon enough. Pardon me. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Right now, I think what we're going to do is spin the wheel. Thank you again, Dark Swordsman Gaming and 10 the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and they've both done that before. And Sam's Vlogs Trains and More, look at that luck, because I forgot to put your channel on the wheel. I just added it. You got picked right away. So we're going to look at Sam's Vlogs Trains and More next. And then I also noticed that Wilma 2U1 is in the house, so it's good to see you here. So what we're going to do right now is go on another break for about 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our video interview series. The second episode just dropped on Saturday, and that featured Moz 6510 Models. We talked for almost 2 hours, and he's been instrumental in helping us in the Tuber Chat family with our YouTube journey, understanding things like watch hours, playlists, and engagement. I hope everybody will go and watch that fun and informative conversation if you haven't already seen it. In the meantime, what I'm doing is playing clips from the first 4 episodes that have been recorded. These last for about 3.5 minutes. They're just a tiny piece of what you can expect. All of these creators have been longtime friends of TuberChat, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you want to master at this one?
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on, but the thing about it is that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go It's gonna skyrocket. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag changed.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here? I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags.
It does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like that what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Alright, we're just about back. We're going to look at Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more. This is a creator who's been with us almost from the beginning of Tuberchat. We're getting on 4 years now of friendship, and Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more is here as a member and a moderator. He might be our longest standing official member. So, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more has now passed 2,000 subscribers and is working on 2,100. I don't know why this red line didn't go all the way across. I'm assuming I was flipping around accounts when I was running this. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list again. I'll rerun it. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more has got a lot of train videos on his channel. I'm going to take the latest video and put that in there too. He might be taking a video that's giving us a look around. He might be taking a trip. The videos could be of the trains themselves or their stations. Sam is sometimes giving us tips and tricks for our own train travels. And this creator occasionally mixes in other types of vlogs, unboxing videos, and then we'll see in his live streams lots of updates about the channel, and he plays games in his live streams like these Q&As or quizzes, like a trivia type of game, and then he's been doing a lot of outdoor live streaming this year. The thing about Sam is over the last 4 years that I've been watching this channel, he's increased his video production. Now over 1,500 videos altogether, including shorts that we're going to look at over here. These have gotten into 3,800, 4,900, 6,100 views and beyond. And of course, like I said, Sam is not only a member here, but a beloved and dedicated moderator, and has been for all this time. All of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They have been for a long time. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel the same way we do here in Tuberchat. Speaking of which, we're going to look at Makeup Mom and Son in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And when we look at Makeup Mom and Son, we see another beloved and dedicated modder who has been a friend of mine as long as Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more has. Most of our moderators have been here from the first 50 episodes of Tuberchat, and if you can imagine, we're just past 730 episodes today. It's interesting to see that after 4 years of friendship and after all this time, they're still coming around to support other creators as often as they can. And, you know, these are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of 7 years now. Makeup Mom and Son is also tied with Sam at over 2,000 subscribers. They literally have 2.02, working on 2,100 subscribers. I see that she's got a brand new video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a different kind of video for Makeup Mom and Son. She literally started with makeup. Her son is featured here and there throughout the channel. She does a lot of unboxing videos, product reviews, sponsored videos, as well as a ton of live streaming. Now, she does a really great job when it comes to the idea of series. I'll have to dig through the channel for this, but you'll see like Vlogmas, or you'll see like Halloween. You'll get a better look at some of these when we go through the shorts videos here, because you see some of the looks that she gives. She has done a ton of live streaming on her channel as well. Lots of StreamYard panels. She'll introduce us to other creators. I've joined her on her channel and others many times before. You see what I'm talking about in the shorts video, some of these Halloween looks. She really gets into that. Same as Christmas for this creator. Now, she's also interviewed a lot of other creators on her channel outside of the friendly conversation that goes on through the StreamYard panels here. And then there's Caden right there. Her son, we'll look at his channel in a second as well. Pizza, of course, is my favorite thing. When we look at the interviews, there's Danielle and James. There's Unstable TV. We just watched a clip from their interview here in the Tuberchat channel, and I've been honored to have been interviewed by Makeup Mom and Son on her channel as well. Lots of familiar faces there, but she introduces us to a lot of channels we otherwise might not have seen. You can see how seriously she takes her makeup with a lot of these looks, but she's always fun and has been a dear friend for all of this time. So hopefully everybody will connect to this beloved and dedicated moderator, Makeup Mom and Son. And let's look at Kaden Plays It. This is her son's channel. Of course, Mom is helping son with the channel. But we see some video gameplay here, as well as some unboxing videos and product reviews. There is Kaden Plays It right there. 55 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100. Chris's Creation Fun is here. I'm going to put them right beside their wife, Canadian Family Life, on the wheel. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I cleared a few names during our last break, so if any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been on the screen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. I clear out the wheel a little bit here and there just so we could get to some more channels. I know, pardon me, I know not everybody can stay for an entire 3 hours. So Kaden Plays It, like I said, is going to bring us some unboxing videos, as well as Mom is featured on the channel many times helping out. This creator as well has got some shorts videos on the channel that have already gotten into hundreds of views, one over 2,200, which is great. More pizza over there as well. Live stream on the channel. We'll hopefully see some more. There's a Roblox gameplay video, and hopefully everybody will encourage this young creator by connecting with their channel and pushing them towards that first 100. I'm going to spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. It's like moderator time on Tuber Chat today. We've had Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More, Makeup Mom and Son, Hilda DC. If we see the Stock Explorer and Scratch and PPA next, we're going to know something's up with the wheel. So I'm trying to jinx it by saying that. Hilda DC, another beloved and dedicated moderator on Tuber Chat. She's another friend of over 4 years. She is known here as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Not only is she a dear friend to me, a dear friend to all of our moderators and many of us in the Tuber Chat family, but this creator is somebody who truly stands behind and beside her audience, her friends, her family. And Hilda DC has content that is full of positive affirmations, both from this creator and special effects she puts on the screen. She gets Nightbot on the case, and she absolutely is somebody, like I said, who stands behind and beside her YouTube family. Now, Hilda DC as well is closing in on 2,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit closer towards that milestone. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, thank you for coming in. I'm just going to put your channel on the wheel right now. When we look at what Hilda DC is going to bring us for video, sometimes she's cooking, sometimes she is doing some happy dances or some weird food combinations, often in like a taste test product review kind of idea, like this latest one she's going to put out next week, which is going to be a Doritos Nacho Cheese Popcorn review. I still don't know if we have this in Canada, because I'm in Canada and we only get about, 1 or 2%, it seems, 10 or 20% maybe of the flavors that our American friends get in a lot of the snacks and different products that are out there in the grocery stores and things like that. So I'll be looking forward to this. Otherwise, you see a lot of mukbang style taste test reviews and product reviews, if you want to put it that way. Shorts on this channel have done extremely well also. Hilda DC's gotten into 2,900, 6,100 views, one of them over 47,000. Which is great to see. And then when we look at live streams, Hilda DC's on occasionally these days. She's been on once every couple of months or so on average. She used to live stream frequently, so we're hoping she'll get back to that. I've joined her both on her channel and many others for lots of StreamYard panels and things like that. So Hilda DC is somebody with a very close-knit friendship with a lot of her YouTube audience. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Like I said, she's a beloved and dedicated moderator, and has been all this time. And it's interesting, after 700 episodes of Tuber Chat, she's still coming around as often as she can to support other creators And Rebel River Cats, good to see you in the house. Noah's World, good to have you back. Shades of Grey is coming up right now. This is another creator who's been making frequent appearances, not just here in Superchat, but in our copyright-free music channel as well, giving us a lot of help to get that channel monetized, which it is now. We just got to 900 subscribers yesterday, as a matter of fact. So thank you, everybody, for that as well. Shades of Grey is up here with a channel that's just getting its start, 39 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the first 100 when we get into videos. We see that they've posted a brand new one here. They're still getting the channel going, but we get some inspiration or information about what they're going to bring to us when we get to the About section to let us know what's happening with the channel. When we get into shorts videos, we see that these have started as well. They're starting to move along. They'll soon have 100 views on one of these, and then live streams as well. So they've done a couple of these as kind of an experiment more than anything else. We'll see what else they're going to do, and we'd love to push them, like I said, towards that first 100. Thank you, Gia Chia Tortilla. I really do appreciate the extra generous support today, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. That's somebody who's fairly new to Tuberchat, just being with us for a couple of months now, but has made frequent appearances. P&J's Homestead Adventures coming up in a second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So P&J's Homestead Adventure has 700 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 800. We know they're going to be thinking about P&J's Homestead Adventure is Paul and Jason. These creators bring us videos frequently, at least once a week. We can see that. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've put out. This looks like a product review as well as possibly a do-it-yourself video under the cabinet lighting, which is really, really cool. That kind of thing has become so much less expensive over the last many years. And whether Amazon is responsible for that or not, I'm not sure. But it gives us the opportunity to put lighting in places we otherwise might not have thought of for literally decades in the case of somebody like myself. When we look at P&J's Homestead Adventure, most of what they're doing is bringing us homesteading content outdoors. Occasionally they bring us indoors as well. They're collaborating with other creators. Lots of these Garden Tour Club videos, unboxings and Happy Mail videos, product reviews obviously on the channel. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that they've gotten into 2,200, 2,500 views, and being in New York State, they're able to bring us all 4 seasons of content, including some of that winter weather over there as well. And then when we look through their About section, am I making a mistake here? No, yes, New York State, yes, of course. When we look at their live stream, we see that they did one a couple of months ago. We'll see if they're going to do another one of these. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. We're going to look at a brand new channel in a second here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Cruz Bolero, this is a creator who's recently just found us. Forgive me, for the life of me, I can't remember where you might have said you came from. I think we got a comment on the Tuberchat channel from them, and I think they let us know where they were from, but I might be mistaken. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here. I'll take this one from Italy, and I will put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Now I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. What we're going to do right now is take another break. Usually I make this one a short one, but I think what we'll do is we'll play one more clip from our interview series. And these, again, are conversations that have gone on between 1 and 2 hours between myself and the interviewees, where I really ask for their opinion, much less than inducing a lot of my own, if that makes sense, or injecting a lot of my own. And then these creators have all been longtime friends of Superchat, and every one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. And it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Chris's Creation Fun. I spun the wheel before we went on that break there, and we'll look at his wife's channel, Canadian Family Life. These creators come to us from New Brunswick, so fellow Canadians. They're here for just about every single stream between both of them. Chris's Creation Fun has now locked in his first 100 subscribers, so I know he must be excited about that. He recently renamed the channel. It's a few months ago now, but basically letting us know that he's going to bring a lot more variety. He started with 3D printing and some do-it-yourself videos, including fixing that 3D printer and building a glow light for their plants here, and working on some solar equipment as well. So we're looking forward to more content from this creator, but he's got some shorts as well, and these have already moved into a few hundred views. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. And this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. One of the biggest complaints that I get on YouTube and have for the last 7 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us when we can find people online willing to do it? And that makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members willing to support each other, like this husband and wife combo with separate channels that are very much often seen together. So Canadian Family Life is Chris's Creation Fun's wife. There they all are together on that fairly new banner with that fairly new avatar. And Canadian Family Life is bringing us a homesteading type of channel from New Brunswick. And this creator brings us a lot of grocery haul videos, cooking videos, Happy Meal videos, shoutouts for other creators, container gardening that they do at home. And then they've got a couple of vlogs here as well. Day in the Life is an idea. I'm just going to grab the latest Canada Day video. Is that Canada Day? No, this is, pardon me, this is Day in the Life. Family Shenanigans, so they're out for an adventure, it looks like, and then Canada Day was the latest video as well. So Canadian Family Life is both indoors and outdoors on their channel. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into 2,500 views, one at 2,800, one at 5,500, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a little while. We expect Tiffany to be on again sometime soon. She's usually on at least once a month. And this creator could have the family all around her. She could be by herself, just giving us a chance to get to know her and keep her up with the conversation in the chat. She's monetized lots of ways to support her when we get there, including super chats and memberships when we get to the channel. And we know that Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. They've only been at this for approximately a year and a half. I think it is now, not quite. And they're already at 3,300 subscribers, well on the way to 3,400. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther along towards that milestone. And I'm just getting another channel onto the wheel. Handicapped Traveler is here. I put Silver Assassin Metal Detecting and Globy's Travels onto the wheel earlier, and while we were on the break I added Rebel River Cats to the wheel. We always, at least a couple of times during the stream, add a name to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at Jesse Biller unboxings and more, we see a channel with now getting on 2,100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer towards that milestone. They just dropped a video yesterday, and this creator brings us unboxing videos, occasionally from mystery subscription services, but a lot of unboxing videos involving a lot of items that they will end up using. So particularly when we think about crafting in different ways, like this video that they just got. This is a friend mail video, but it's still an unboxing. Now, Jessie Miller Unboxings and More, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. No surprise to see that she's got giveaways on her channel occasionally as well. Tales Told in the Dark, I cleared a few names off the wheel earlier. I'm just putting your name back on there right now. Thanks for hanging out. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is somebody who posts frequently, usually at least once a week, most often more often than that, pardon me. And then shorts on this channel are where she features a lot of the things that she finds within her unboxing videos. So this can be bath and beauty products, it could be makeup, it could be jewelry, it could be stationery or other crafty ideas. And we see her crafting and building a lot as well, and collaborating with other creators, which is great to see. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More has been with us for what I believe is close to 4 years as well. And she does some live streams occasionally. She's usually on about once a month as well. Once in a while she surprises us, but she's probably due for a live stream soon. Recently she had a birthday, and then she did one to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. She's long past that now. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jessie Miller Unboxings and More, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She supports all of my channels, and her support has increased over the years, as a matter of fact. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Next up is Handicapped Traveler. So this is another channel I've been behind with for a while, but they've been making frequent appearances again. So I'm just going to see what they've got going on for videos. They've put up 3 in the last week. I'm just going to grab the latest one. Looks like they're taking us on an adventure here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. Handicapped Traveler, of course, going to give us information on their About section about the perspective when it comes to travel from their channel. They're working on 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the next milestone. And Handicapped Traveler is also seen out supporting other creators all the time. When I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams, I've run into them time and time again. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400, even 2,500 views on their channel, and they mix up a little bit of variety, but mostly in line with their regular content. And then live streams are something that they do occasionally, usually about once a month, giving us a chance to hang out, do a bit of a Q&A, and they always keep engaged with the chat. Looks like they're having a good time in most of those live streams. So hopefully everybody will connect with Handicapped Traveler, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And they were premiering earlier. Oh, did they just drop a video today? Yeah, 41 minutes ago. There they go. That's a brand new video. So I'll look forward to having that in my watch later, or my catch-up list as well. I'll use that to catch up. I'll show everybody a quick trick for a second as well, and then we'll look at Globy's Travels. When I talk about this playlist all the time, right? So let's go look at it right now. I go to my catch-up list. And this is a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. So most of these, if not all, oh, there's the tiny house video I promised I was going to watch from Bella's Whisper Farmstead. I haven't seen it yet. I've run it twice and not yet sat and watched it, but I'm going to. Now, otherwise, what I often do is what I always do is I take my catch-up playlist and I move the videos into an order based on the shortest to the longest. So you can see how you can simply move them up and down like this. And what that allows me to do is when I have a half an hour, or any amount of time to sit and watch videos, I can watch like 15 or 20 within an hour easily, because they're all 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then the longer stuff, like live stream replays, for instance, would go towards the end. Like a 41-minute video would be closer to the end of the playlist. So if I run out of time, I can just let the things run. I'm sure everybody's just happy to have their watch time more than anything else. And of course, I watch as many videos as I can. But that's an example of how that can be done, and you can do it on a phone too. You can still order the playlist if you want to. So that's just an example, but I thought I would show everybody that for a quick second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So next up is Globy's Travels, and this is another creator who's here with us frequently as well, almost for every stream as a matter of fact. And then this creator is going to take us for travel-based content, usually to touristy type places, whether they're close to home or whether they take off for a vacation or a trip of any kind. 3 states in 24 hours. Is an interesting look for a video. I'm just going to grab the latest one though from Kentucky. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them as much as anyone can. They're posting frequently, of course. Globy's Travels, you get an idea of the different kinds of content they're bringing us from their thumbnails. But like I said, touristy type destinations, whether they're close to home or whether they're far away. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 6,900 and won over 13,000 views, which is great to see. Most of these are in line with their regular content with a little bit of variety mixed in. We know that Globy's Travels is also working on 600 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them towards that milestone. We know they must be thinking about it, and then hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'm sure you will. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The next member and beloved and dedicated moderator that we're looking at here is Nora the Stock Explorer. They just actually did a live stream a couple of hours ago. I was lucky to catch them for that. What they bring us on their channel more than anything else is talk about the stock markets and a little bit about the crypto markets. They've really expanded the content on their channel over the last year or so. They're now over 2,100 subscribers and working on 2,200. I'm hoping we can push them towards that milestone. They bring us the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way, with everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. They do that through video shorts and streams, and they often have product in hand, as you can see from most of the videos on the channel. When we look at the shorts over here, Nora is somebody who's mixing pure variety into the channel with shorts videos like lots of other creators. Regardless of category or niche, variety in shorts can help with growth on a channel, and they've gotten into they've gotten into 2,700, 3,900, even 10,000 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see more variety. They often are doing lately some scratch battles, lottery ticket scratching with other creators. They collaborate with a good variety of friends on the channel. Now, Nora might also talk stocks and crypto during the live streams. They might have charts and graphs for us to see, but they might also be engaged in friendly conversation. I've joined them on their channel once for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube, as a matter of fact. Sometimes they've got charts and graphs for us to see. Sometimes it's just Nora. Like I said, sometimes she's got guests like StreamYard panels over there. As well, Nora has a second channel where they want to teach us about plant life. It's called Tropical Buzz, and they've got videos and shorts over here in Florida where they're educating us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. When we look at the shorts on the channel, we see that these have already climbed to well over 600 and almost 700 views. So if they post more and more, those will grow as we would expect. And then 261 subscribers over here. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know they must be thinking about. So what we'll do right now, we'll take another break. We'll go for about 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Rushing Wind Mountain. This is Ruby, the creator behind this channel. We'll make this one a quick one at 3.5 minutes. Alright, we're just about back and looking at Ruby's channel. This is Rushing Wind Mountain. This is another creator who's been with us for well over 3 years now at almost 4,000 subscribers, as a matter of fact. So Rushing Wind Mountain comes to us from the Pacific Northwest, and they bring us a mix of nature and wildlife videos. You can get an idea just from even the thumbnails about some of the pleasing visuals we're going to get here. She adds in pleasing audio to go along with it. We often compare it to ASMR type videos just because of the pleasing audio that comes along with it. But I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list for now. We know they've got a brand new video coming out tomorrow evening as well, 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, Rushing Wind Mountain also brings us shorts on the channel. And if we dig through enough of these, we'll find some humorous moments, but we get into 9,400, 11,000, 12,000, 16,000 on some of these, which is great to see. Crystal Sparkle, good to have you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And when we look at Rushing Wind Mountain for the live streams, this is something they've experimented with. I see you did one a few days ago. I'm not sure if that was after our live stream. I might not have realized you did one so recently. They've experimented with a few of these, both in vertical and horizontal formats. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these, because this is more pleasing audio and visuals. Of course, Rushing Wind Mountain, though, also happens to be here for just about every single stream. They have been for as long as I can remember. I know not everybody can be. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, but I like to recognize it from time to time. As well, I run into Rushing Wind Mountain supporting others all the time when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. They seem to be everywhere all the time. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you in the house. I didn't put your channel on the wheel earlier because I know you flew by pretty quickly saying you wouldn't be able to stay, but I can put you on there right now if you're going to be here for any amount of time. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then we'll get back to... Well, we'll see what we're doing for channels as time goes on. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour or so. Silent Silver is up on the screen right now. We're going to talk about their content in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So next up is Silent Silver, and this is a creator that's going to talk to us about precious metal stacking as well as numismatic collectibles and prepping or preparedness. They talk a little bit on their About page about what we can expect. I happen to be a huge fan of precious metals, and Silent Silver will be able to give you the explain the differences between numismatic collectible coins and true investment grade precious metals. When we look at their latest video, they've got a mail call, which is a Happy Meal type video, and I'll be interested to see that. I actually play poker just for fun. But I enjoy it a lot. Actually, I haven't been playing lately. So I'll see what they've got going on in this video. They usually bring a little bit of variety throughout, but primarily talking about precious metals, of course. And then when we look at shorts videos on their channel, we see that they've gotten into 6,000 and even well over 8,000, on the way to 9,000 views on a few of these. Most of these are in line with the rest of their content, a little bit of variety like most creators mix into their shorts videos, and then live streams as well. So they did a silent stream yesterday. Typically they're on talking about precious metals more than anything else. Hopefully everybody will connect with Silent Silver. They've been making frequent appearances here in Superchat as well. They've been here frequently, so hopefully everybody will connect with them and push them towards the 1,200 subscribers that they're thinking about. I also see Follow Alaska coming into the chat. I've got them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I've added them with Lewis Acre Farm Karma. Right now we're going to look at Sweet Melissa. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Sweet Melissa's channel, first of all, we see a creator that also seems to be everywhere all the time. She's out supporting other creators. I run into her constantly when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams. She's here in Superchatters almost every stream, as a matter of fact. And like I said, I know not everybody can be here every day. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know we got a few friends that run the stream in the background when they can't chat and things like that. Our dear friend Jaden is usually in the background. Style Stages, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, yeah, hopefully you're okay after a storm, but we all know the internet can be a little bit wonky when those things happen. Sweet Melissa lets us know she's part of a lot of product review and product testing websites or programs. And what she does on her channel is she brings the different products that she reviews and tests for us to see, almost like an unboxing and product review type video. I'm just going to grab the latest one, put that in my catch-up list. It looks like she's back onto these dog treats here, but she's got a lot of different types of products. It could be snacks, it could be bath and beauty products, it could be household products. There really is almost no limit on this channel to the different things that she can review and test. When we get to Sweet Melissa's shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 1,200, 2,100, won over 7,000 views, which is interesting to see. And then we see that she's got 223 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. Now spin the wheel, we'll get another channel up onto the screen. Welcome to you. One's still in the house. Rebel River Cats is still here. I've got them on the wheel. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel for today. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. When we look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma, we see that they're here with their husband Logan. They let us know quite a bit about what to expect on the channel. From Southwest Idaho, when we look at their videos, we see it's been a few weeks, but they also they bring us a chance to get to know them. They bring us a lot of outdoor homesteading type content. Pardon me. And then when we look at shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 1,500, 2,500, 6,100 views, mostly in line with the rest of what they're doing on their channel, but they've already collaborated with other creators. There's Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead over there. He's featured on many different channels. And then when we get into live streams on Lewis Acre Farm Karma, we see that they have a Monday night, series. And they just did this a couple of hours ago, Meet Me Monday, where they, oh, there's Jesse, there's Jesse again from Lazy Days Ahead. So it's great that sometimes Karma will have guests on StreamYard panel or be giving us a chance to get to know them and hanging out. I'm hoping I can catch one of these. It's been many weeks, but those are consistent, and this creator's working on 300 subscribers now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then I see Cali King 916 coming in from Sacramento. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then you look at that luck, Cali King 916 just came in and the wheel chose them right away. So we got their channel on the screen. This is a creator who really impressed me in the very beginning. They've been with us for what I think is a year and a half. Could be as long as 2 years now. It's got to be getting close. I could be wrong, of course. I actually lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on, and I hope everybody takes inspiration from that, knowing that there are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters waiting to support your channel years into the future. Shangy Girl, good to see you in the house. I know you're in the background and can't chat just yet. I promise you that 20-minute time limit is very beneficial on this particular channel, but it gives you a chance to see what we're doing before you get into the pardon me, chat, but I've seen Shangy Girl out there supporting other creators many times. I think I ran into them just today, actually, again. Cali King 916 is up here with almost 2,300 subscribers. They give us a real-world look at Sacramento, California. Interesting, they've got a bit of lottery ticket scratching going on here. Otherwise, we see Sacramento in their videos. We get into shorts. They bring a bit of variety over here, but some of these have gotten into 10,000 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, Cali King 916 is on frequently, usually giving us a chance to get to know them or giving us a look around their area in Sacramento. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, push them towards the 2,300 we know that they're thinking about, and then you'll get some support coming back to you as well. They're here with us frequently in Tuber Chat and always have been. Rebel River Cats is coming up right now. And what we're going to do before we put that channel on the screen, we'll go for one more break. We're going to go for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play you one more clip from this past Saturday's episode of our interview series, where these conversations have gone on from between an hour to 2 hours. All of the creators featured are longtime friends of Tuber Chat. And then each one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers, so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
right, you guys are having too much fun, so we're going to have to cut that break off, and we will go and look at Rebel River Cats. I thought we had this channel on the screen once before, but I must be mistaken, so it's great that we get a chance to look at them today. It's obviously fishing first on this channel. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, or the video that you've got here. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I will leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week, but pardon me, we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Next up is the Remaining Remnant. This is another creator who's been making frequent appearances lately. They're at 141 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200. We know that they're thinking about. They let us know they're going to bring news and global events, cooking, and food preservation, crafts and interviews, meditational videos, and likely some more variety. When we look at their About section, we get an idea of some of what they expect to bring to us. I see they've got a new short video from a few days ago. I'm just going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. A little bit of outdoor content there. I'm just going to grab some shorts and have a look at how these are doing. These have already gotten into 700 views and beyond, well on the way towards 800 as they post more and more. I'm sure they're going to increase. Then live streams are something they've likely experimented with, but they might be an idea for the future. So we'll have a look at that. We've got our notification bell on for every single channel. Trending Live TV, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's a friend of about 4 years as well. Maybe even longer, as a matter of fact. Trending Live TV, of course, incredibly supportive. They're usually found with Buddha of Destiny Namaste. Both supportive creators, but they actually gave us a raid into our premiere on Saturday, and I really did appreciate the extra audience. I think we gained a few friends from that, so thank you for that. They're very well known for supporting creators in that way. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is up on the screen right now, and this creator is working on 700 subscribers. I'm still getting to know their content. I've been connected to them for quite some time. We've got a few metal detecting channels in Superchat. I'm looking forward to a chance to possibly catch them for another live stream and really kind of sit there and hang out. Yeah, see, I haven't caught them for one of these yet, especially if they're going to be outdoors. That might be an opportunity to really get to know them. But this creator has gotten into shorts here that have got 1,300, 1,600, and one over 3,700 views, which is great to see. I know a lot of people, the last time I was in, I'm not sure if it was a premiere on this channel. I think it was then, but if not, on another channel that does metal detecting, talking about the idea that they find it fascinating, the different things that these people are able to find. So I'm looking forward to the latest video. I've got that in my catch-up list now. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. I'll look forward to learning more about the kind of things they're able to get. Of course, at different points in my life, I've thought about the idea of getting a metal detector, just because I think it would be really fun to see what kind of different types of things you would find. I always think about a beach when I think about metal detecting, but I didn't realize, yes, this could be done just about anywhere. So we'll keep an eye on Silver Assassin Metal Detecting and see what kind of interesting places they take us as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Tales Told in the Dark is up on the screen. This is a channel that comes to us from Cassie from Oracles and Beyond. She's another friend that's been with us for about 4 years. And I can't remember everybody's, how long it's been with every creator, but some of the ones who've been with us from the beginning, I can remember. Now, Oracles and Beyond was always somebody who would encourage others to connect with each other in a similar way to what we do here, while they bring us a lot of tarot readings, which they do on this new channel now. I'm just going to grab their latest video, though. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Now, the videos are meant for giving us an almost ASMR type experience, because Cassie has got a very warm and soothing voice. They bring us mythology, mythical creatures, cryptids, scary stories, history, and much more. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see a little more variety on the channel as well, getting into 4,300, 4,600, 5,200 views. Live streams on the channel feature more oracle readings, and Cassie and her friends have got an unlimited supply of different types of decks. They usually let everybody choose. This can give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening today, and what might be to come as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tales Told in the Dark. Let me just show you Oracles and Beyond for a quick second. I'm not sure if she intends on posting on this channel again, but let's have a look. 1,800 subscribers over here. So it's been a year since they posted on this channel after they started the other one, but they got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into a couple thousand views, and then when we get into live streams, this is where I know this channel from more frequently than anything else. I've been lucky enough to be there many times before for oracle readings, both from Cassie and from her friends. So hopefully everybody will connect with her on both of those channels, and she's been a dear friend a long time. Scratch and PPA is coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, I'm trying to judge for the life of me, William Burning the Tires, what day of the week might be the 20th of July. I live in Niagara Falls. I'm typically only there on the weekends. But if you want to think about the idea of meeting up, you can give me a message on Instagram. We could think about that. Niagara Falls is a beautiful city to visit and a wonderful place to live, to be honest with you. I love it there. I never get tired of it. Scratch and PPA is up on the screen right now. Follow Alaska is still on the wheel. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see that this is a creator that brings us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. They literally pit two lottery tickets against each other in their Scratch Challenge video series. They give us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets their series apart, makes it unique, a lot of fun to be a part of. They post with perfect consistency, premiering every single Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. We'll be looking forward to that tomorrow, and if you can catch us for one of Scratch and PPA's premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He's working on 2,200 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. He's monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats, super thanks, super stickers. We see that this creator takes presentation seriously. They've got a bright, bold avatar matched by content in their thumbnails, which give us a hint about the giveaways in their video series as well. Their banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. And their video editing skills have been complimented ever since their very first production almost 4 years ago now. And Scratch and PPA as well expanded the content on his channel this year. He took a trip to Italy and brought us his very first live stream. I know a lot of people will be looking forward to another one from Scratch and PPA. And then shorts on the channel are where he featured a lot of vlogging style shorts that gave us a look at the different areas he visited while he was in Italy, along with some Italian lottery tickets we might not have otherwise seen as well. So I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA's expanded his content on his channel as well. I hope everybody will connect with him, get him rolling towards that 2,200 subscribers. Next up is Follow Alaska, and I'm going to talk about this channel in a second after I just hit something over here for a quick second. So what we're going to do right now is go over to the music channel. I just fired up the live stream, and everybody is welcome to come over there and continue meeting friends the same way we do here, as well as there's a video game going, there's music playing. It's like a virtual nightclub. We'll leave that running for about an hour or however long everybody wants. And I'll drop a link to that in another few moments here. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, and certainly not every day or every day that we stream. So I do appreciate every moment, and hopefully we'll see everybody again soon. I'm not sure if we're going to stream on Wednesday or Thursday evening. It'll probably be a late one around 9 p.m. Eastern or something like that. So next up is Follow Alaska, and I'm just getting our link ready for everybody. And then hopefully everybody will come over. I just pinned it as well so you can get to it easy. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for letting me know. It's July 20th. And then William Birding the Tires. If there's another way to connect, I'm on email, of course, which is on the Superchat website, and then otherwise Facebook and Twitter. I'm on most social networks, either as Kevin K or as Superchat. Follow Alaska is working on 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm still getting to know this channel, but they've been making frequent appearances here, and they've got a brand new video from a few days ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over a long period of time, I get to know the content on the, or I get to know the channels by hanging out in videos, premieres, and watching videos over weeks and months. I get to know the content. If you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see some of that Alaskan weather, that's for sure. And then we get into 7,000, 8,000, even 12,000 views on some of these, which is great to see. And then a couple of live streams as well a few months ago. So hopefully we'll see more of those. We've got our notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So, thank you everybody again for the time that you spent. I will let this live stream run for 3.5 minutes so we can clean up our connections here, and then I hope to see you over in the music channel where you can keep connecting with creators for another hour, and then we'll try to raid out from there. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.